Hey guys, today we're going to talk about cosine. So if you look at the top of the notes, it says CAH, which means cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse. It also tells you to remember to use the angle to determine which side is opposite and which side is adjacent. And then cosine of your angle equals adjacent side to angle over hypotenuse. So this is the key formula here that we're going to use today. So I always like to label my side before I start the problem. So here for number 1, I have 37 as my angle. I know that 15 is going to be my hypotenuse, or my h, because it's across from the right angle, and x is going to be my adjacent. So I'm going to set up my equation. Cosine of my angle equals my adjacent, which is x, over my hypotenuse, which is 15. From there, I'm going to solve. So the way we solve these is by cross multiplying. So I'm going to set cosine 37 over 1, and I'm going to cross multiply. X times 1 is x, and then I have cosine 37 times 15, which you're going to plug into your calculator. Unfortunately, if I try to use the calculator, it stops the video from recording, so I worked these out beforehand. And when I plugged that into the calculator, I got 11.98. Remember that you're rounding to the nearest hundredth, so that's 2 decimal places. For number 2, I'm going to start it off the same way. I have my angle, which is 12, so I have cosine of my angle. And then I know my x is going to be my hypotenuse here because it's across from the right angle, and 7 is going to be my adjacent. So cosine equals adjacent, which is 7, over hypotenuse, which is x. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put cosine 12 over 1, and I'm going to cross multiply. So 7 times 1 is 7, and then I have x times cosine 12. I need to get x by itself. X and cosine 12 are attached by multiplication, so to get rid of that cosine 12, I'm going to use the inverse operation, which is division. And I'm going to do that on both sides. And then I'm going to divide 7 by cosine 12. And again, I did this in advance, so I got 7.16 as my answer. So that was numbers 1 and 2 for you. Now, 1 and 2 kind of show us the 2 different ways they can ask us this. The rest of the examples are going to be the exact same, so you just have to model them after either number 1 or number 2. So starting for number 3, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to identify my angle of 45. So I have cosine of 45 equal to, my x is going to be my hypotenuse because it's across from the right angle, and my 25 is going to be my adjacent. So my adjacent over my hypotenuse is 25 over x. Then I'm going to put my cosine 45 over 1, and I'm going to cross multiply. Now this one falls in the same model as number 2. So just like I did in number 2, I am now going to divide by my cosine 45 to isolate that x. And when I plug that right into my calculator, 25 divided by cosine 45, I get 33.36 as my answer. So that was number 1, 2, and 3. For homework, you're going to do number 4, 5, and 6 tonight. And that's going to be due on Friday at 2 p.m. So that's your homework tonight. And I hope you guys have a great day. I have office hours today from 4 to 5. And so if you need help, feel free to pop in there. And other than that, hope you guys have a fabulous day. Actually, I'm just kidding. Miss Daly has office hours. I had office hours yesterday for you guys. Miss Daly has office hours tomorrow, Thursday, and I believe it's from 2 to 3 o'clock. My office hours are for my algebras. Sorry about that. So, office hours with Miss Daly, and homework is number 4 through 6 tonight. Have a great, fabulous day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.